In continuing coverage, the Red River Water Pipeline project is set to sue farmland owners for eminent domain if they don't sign easements to allow a pipeline to carry water from the Missouri River to the eastern part of the state. We last spoke with Dwayne DeCray from the Garrison Diversion Conservancy District, who was the head of the project. Adrian Oglesby sat down with landowners to hear their perspective as we lead local.
I said to the gentleman that was in charge, I says, we really need to sit down and talk, and we're part of this project. We need to have a communication line and things will go smoothly. He looked me in the eyes and here's what he told me. He says, Larry, we don't need to talk to you guys. If you don't sign what we have, we're going to eminent domain your property. That's how this started.
The Red River project is designed to avoid a water supply crisis like the 1930s drought. Depending on the lay of the land, landowner Fred Richter tells us this pipe could extend up to 20 to 25 feet deep underground.
You will not find a 72-inch water gas pipeline in the state of North Dakota, and I was told that in the whole United States, it's unknown territory.
It's a unique situation. You've been offered $1,350 an acre, which is a 12-year-old appraisal. Land has gone up a lot since in the 12 years. If this was an oil or gas line of 4 to 8 inches being buried 4 feet in the ground, you could expect a payment of $100,000 to $120,000 on the same amount of land with a lot less disturbance of the soil.
When we last spoke with Dwayne DeCray, general manager from the Garrison Diversion Conservancy District, he shared this.
We've been working with them for, I think, over a year. We've been working with them. You have to set a deadline at some point.
But the landowners today say that this is not the case. Fred says, quote, it's more like they've been working us over for more than a year through intimidation, end quote.
The only communications I have gotten from them is threatening letters from their attorney telling me that I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do this, and that's the only communication I have ever gotten from them.
In David Richter's case, he is a township supervisor that oversees a number of roads that the trucks and equipment will be working on if the project goes as planned. His biggest fear is the after effects, which we will discuss in detail tomorrow. Overall, this group of landowners expressed that they understand the need for water in the eastern part of the state, but wish they were ensured a sense of security.
If any legislators are listening, you need to get involved. If you're going to fund this project, then fund fair compensation for the landowners. We are citizens and taxpayers of North Dakota, and we and our land should be treated better than this. Legislators, take the time to actually look into this.
Well, and Garrison talks about being good neighbors all the time, and I don't know, the way I see it, I mean, is that what good neighbors do? I mean, we don't want to be here. I mean, I don't want to be in a lawsuit. I mean, if we could just somehow negotiate on some things, there wouldn't be a lawsuit.
These landowners and many others will not back down when it comes to the land they have dedicated their lives to. They each wish to stress that they are not opposed to getting water to those in need. They just want fair treatment and respect along the way. This is a developing story. Reporting for KX News, I'm Adrian Oglesby.
Landowners say they're being told the appraisal is non-negotiable right now. Be sure to tune in to KX tomorrow night at 6 when we'll hear how the landowners and their families are being directly affected.